Hey everyone, Kevin here, and welcome back to my channel. So recently I chatted with someone on LinkedIn about the concept of job loyalty, and he asked me to do a video on it because I've mentioned so many times in the past that companies should be worried about retention, even though in his eyes, there's no reason for businesses to care about it at all because they can always hire someone else. It's led to a disconnect between what employees and employers now expect when it comes to loyalty. And to put a realistic point on it, I do agree that the concept of Java loyalty doesn't really exist anymore, and I think we're better off for it. But that doesn't mean that a focus on retaining good quality employees should just be forgotten about either. More on that later, though. But this begs the immediate question: where did all that loyalty go? Well, let's take a quick detour into the 1950s, shall we? The Second World War had been over for many years, and there was a true sense of optimism about the growth of the economy following the Great Depression and boom that followed the war. Suburbia was growing rapidly, and there were jobs galore. And there was more focus on trades and singular careers. You joined a company, stayed with them for 40 to 50 years, and then retired with a great pension and other benefits. It was suitable for people back then because of how great the economy was and how you could still very comfortably afford a home and several kids on a single income. It's one of the main reasons why there is that image of the 50s era housewife out there, like in the classic TV show Leave It to Beaver. But that's not the way it is anymore. Only a fraction of employment opportunities offer decent pensions or retirement plans, and even fewer offer adequate health coverage. The cost of living has soared to levels that people in the 50s couldn't have imagined, and it's necessitated two incomes to live on, not to mention how it has literally priced people out of having kids. It's a big reason why people are waiting until their 30s to have them, if they do at all, thus leading to declining birth rates and more of a strain on the economy and social security. More importantly, though, on the company side of things, we now live in a layoff culture. Every business goes through hard times and needs to let people go. Sure, it's perfectly normal and there's no issue there. The difference is that now companies are quick to fire employees in boom and bust cycles. If their quarterly earnings fall short of organizational goals, then they reorganize, consolidate, or lay people off. Then they do it all over again when they improve and need more people. They hire them and lay them off again. Like the guy I chatted with mentioned, most businesses see this as fine and why they don't actually care about retention. And though that may be true to a degree, businesses don't function without their employees, and they often lose their best talent in these purges, thus causing stagnation and a lack of ideas at that company. Just ask Joseph Stalin and most of his successors how well that mentality worked for the Soviet Union. Oh, wait, you can't. It collapsed. But here's the other problem. Employers still expect loyalty, yet when a company's first reaction to a bad yearly earnings statement is to cut the workforce by 5 or 10%, please tell me how you can ever expect an employee to be loyal with that mindset. Especially when those layoffs frequently happen right around Christmas times, like it did for me and tens of thousands of others over the last few years. People will instead sell their experience and abilities to competitors of that previous company, or become entrepreneurs on their own and create the next big thing that would have kept their old employer solvent. And there are also more practical, generational type differences that have led to a decrease in job loyalty, too. The baby boomers grew up in a strong, manufacturing based economy that benefited the working and middle classes. Millennials and Gen Z have grown up in a more white collar, tech service economy that concentrates wealth even more than before in corporate executives rather than them. They've also fundamentally redefined what they want out of work and what they want to put into work, partly because of that. We're more interested in career growth, development, work life balance, and aren't as afraid to leave a job that is making us miserable no matter how well it pays. Just look at teachers as an example of that. We left the profession by the near millions, plural, because we were tired of the demand for loyalty but complete lack of support, career growth, or competitive salaries. There was no reason to innovate or be better, and it was suffocating after a while. That's why training and development has grown so much over the last decade. My industry of instructional design itself effectively didn't really exist even 20 years ago like it does now. My entire job is to fill that desire for employees, i.e., to have consistent training and growth, and for employers, i.e., solve training problems and help employers and employees do their jobs more effectively. In a way, I am the middleman of what loyalty has become, which is transactional. Employees want growth and livable wages, while most employers have transitioned away from a people mindset to a profit mindset. However, if they invest in their employees and retain talent, then not only are they more likely to make the profit they want to, but also to foster the loyalty that they still want despite not reciprocating it. What's ironic too is that everyone starts a job wanting to be loyal. We want stability, good coworkers, livable wages, and a place to grow and be creative. That doesn't always mean that we'll stay long term, but most people lose that loyalty over time because they realize the company doesn't have their best interests at heart and promote people over them who are incompetent or actively sour working conditions. We've all had bad managers and know how much they can destroy our work ethic and care for the workplace. And as the old ideas of loyalty fade, we all need to adapt. We give loyalty when it's earned rather than just giving it away. But when you treat employees right, they're more likely to stay for longer and invest back into your business with new ideas and hard work that keeps your company growing. We need to understand that loyalty is a two-way street in this economy. Loyalty is no longer built on a dollar amount, but an emotional feeling and connection between the company and employee that they have their best interests in mind. It's why the whole RTO movement flies in the face of all common sense and is leading to so many layoffs and terminations right now. It's also why my rant against that is still one of my most watched videos ever on YouTube. But most importantly of all, we must accept that no one stays in one job forever anymore. People change jobs and careers dozens of times during their life now based on what they need at that point in their life, whether that be from a salary, benefits, or location standpoint. But as I said, that doesn't mean companies shouldn't care about retention at all. If the industry averages, say, 3 years in a job, the question then becomes how do you get your employees to stay for 4 years? What about 5 years? That thought alone and the changes you make to achieve the answer will really pay dividends down the line. Loyalty is something to grow and foster, not just expect anymore. And that goes for both employers and employees. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Those are my thoughts on the idea of workplace loyalty now. If you could please click like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my content, or leave a comment down below to add what I might have missed, that'd be great. But for now, I've been Kevin, and I will catch you in the next video.